Alright, I'm just Blane, and this is Courtney Pearl, and today we're heading to Hawkins in the summer of '85, where malls rule, neon shines, and Russians are up to no good. We are ready to dive into the season that gave us Scoops Ahoy, Starcourt Mall, and enough 80s vibes to make you want to dust off your Walkman. Let's dive into Stranger Things Season 3. Chapter 1, Susie Do You Copy? IMDb rating of 7.8. It's summer in Hawkins and everything looks normal, except for the Russians trying to reopen the gate to the Upside Down. Dustin comes back from camp with a new girlfriend, Susie, and sets up a radio tower to contact her. Meanwhile, Hopper is losing his mind over Mike and Eleven's PDA 3 inches. This episode sets up the Russian subplot and reintroduces the gang with new dynamics. Plus, Dustin's Cerebro radio tower, that's straight out of a Goonies meets War Games fantasy.
Chapter 2, The Mall Rats. Billy gets to look like a drowned rat and still get compliments from googly-eyed moms. He's tasked with shadow monster bidding in creepy visions. Mike gives in to Daddy Hopper threats and lies to 11 men. Hopper is so excited at work that he invites Joyce on a non-date that he dresses in a blazer and gets drunk. Joyce is too busy playing with magnets. And 11 and Max get an epic 80s fashion montage at the mall. Jonathan and Nancy investigate rabid rats. Steve and new friend Robin at Scoops Ahoy help Dustin translate Russian.
The action-packed episode, IMDb rating of 7.9. On to Chapter 3, The Case of the Missing Lifeguard. IMDb 8.2. 11 and Max play psychic detective and discover Billy's dark secret, while Will tries to get the gang back to D&D basics, but everyone's too busy crushing on each other. Steve and Dustin go full spy mode at the mall. This episode confirms Billy is possessed by the Mind Flayer and shows the tension between growing up and holding on to childhood. Classic 80s coming-of-age vibes.
Chapter 4, The Sauna Test. Will reveals that the Mind Flayer never left and that bits of him were left after the gate closed. Code Red to the D&D gang. Dustin is busy with Steve and Robin trying to get into secret files in the mall with the help of Erica. They get into the room like the Erlenmeyer flask. Meanwhile, Nancy and Jonathan are fired, but Nancy's mom is a feminist and tells her that queen to slay. Joyce and Hopper find out sinister plans Mayor Klein was wheeling and dealing. The D&D gang face the Mind Flayer possessed Billy in a gym room showdown. He escapes to reveal he is only one of many Hawkins residents' Mind Flayer zombies at large.
That's pure horror brilliance right there. An 8.9 on IMDb. Chapter 5, The Flayed. IMDb 8.5. Nancy and Jonathan uncover the truth about the possessed townsfolk, the Flayed. Meanwhile, Hopper and Joyce kidnap Alexei, the Slurpee-loving Russian scientist, and Dustin Scoops Ahoy crew discovers the secret elevator under the mall. This episode ties the Russian plot to the Upside Down and sets up the big reveal of the Mind Flayer's growing army.
Chapter 6, E Pluribus Unum. Nancy and Jonathan run from this goo monster. Robin and Steve are captured by Russians and tortured as they proclaim, "I just work for Scoops Ahoy." Eric and Dustin escape, casually arguing over who is the nerdiest. Naturally, in all this chaos, Mayor Klein throws a 4th of July party, keeps getting the crap beat out of him. Russian scientist Alexei won't talk to Hopper and Joyce unless he gets his cherry Slurpee. Murray translates. Russians are trying to use a high-power key to open the portal between worlds. Elle just closed that. Jeez, what are they doing? Elle finds Billy in her mind, and he shows her how the zombie people of Hawkins get together to form a goo people one monster thing to destroy her.
IMDb rating for this episode was at 8.5. Chapter 7, The Bite. IMDb 8.7. The Mind Flayer attacks 11, leaving her injured while Hopper's crew races back to Hawkins. The tension skyrockets as the gang prepares for an all-out war. This episode sets up the finale and shows 11's vulnerability, raising the stakes big time.
And here we go, episode 8, The Battle of Starcourt Mall. Elle gets a goo worm moved from her leg, set up an epic entrance of Hopper, Elle, father-daughter reunion. Making a plan, Murray, the king of sarcasm, and Erica Sinclair, the 10-year-old queen of sass, get into it. Scoop Troop are on a mission to get more radio power. Billy is on a rampage, stealing ignition cables and revving up his engine. Hopper, Joyce, and Murray go Rambo to explode the key. In a notorious Stranger Things signature, Dustin sings the never-ending story over the radio to get Planks constant and combo Hopper and Joyce need to save the world. Billy isn't dead. He offers up Elle like sacrifice, the Mind Flayer. Elle is able to use nostalgia to bring Billy around and double hero sacrifices. Both Billy and Hopper have to sacrifice themselves for the greater good. The episode ends with a 3-month fast forward in the aftermath of the Starcourt Mall explosion, and Elle doesn't have powers anymore.
Lots of sacrifices going on, but I'll tell you what, if Dustin would have sacrificed that song, Billy would still be alive. This episode had everything that an 80s blockbuster ending would: explosions, heartbreak, and a killer synth-filled soundtrack. And that's season 3, Russians, malls, and the most epic food court battle ever filmed. Next time we got season 4, because nothing says Stranger Things like leveling up the horror and introducing a villain straight out of a D&D campaign. Until then, Team Scoops Ahoy! Keep your uniforms fresh and your Eggo stash stocked.